Hey, y'all. Make sure y'all hit that button when y'all come into the building. I am happy to be here. Happy to see who's going to pop in. Your girl ain't been live in a while, so hopefully this will be a good one. I know it's going to be a good one because we got some juicy stuff to talk about tonight. Just trying to get my jellyfish to work. Good evening, darling. How are you doing? Martinez Williams, how are you doing? We're going to be giving a little, how can I say, conversation on the factors of Miss Little Brianna. And we also going to be talking about know who you are so people can't tell you who you are, so you don't have situations going on like this. Okay? We need to be true to ourselves as people. Welcome everyone that's coming in the building. I am so happy that y'all here. Make sure y'all hit that like button. I'm excited and I'm feeling good today. Hope everybody is in the greatest of spirits. And if not, I'm sending my blessings your way, most definitely. I've been doing a little series on the Robert Hampton and Brianna battle situation for about a month now. Normally my channel is a little, how can I say, I guess all over the place. If you're looking for this, you can find this. If you're looking for that, you can find that. But lately here, I've been crunching down on the entertainment news, and I've actually been enjoying myself. I've met some great people. Blessings, mama, blessings. I have met and talked and commented to some great people, and I've really been interested in my run. So I think I'm going to keep this going. I'm about to start the factors of Krishan and Blueface. Let me know how y'all feel about that, because woo, they storyline is on fire. Hey Queen, how you doing, Linda? Everybody say hello to Linda in the chat. Yes, their story is on fire, but we need to talk because the reason why we got so many of these situations going on out here, because we got our females out here looking for love in all the wrong places, and they willing to belittle themselves in situations to get the attention of people, places, and things that may not be for them. But then on the other hand, we got people like Brianna. You understand what I mean? The boy that cried wolf. That's what we're going to call that situation. But we supposed to be in a time where we're building and not breaking. If we supposed to be standing together and we supposed to be building our sister that's standing next to us, then pouring into our sister, okay, is not telling our sister falsified information. You got to tell your sister where you came from and let her know where you at, and also try to get her to go where you going. You understand what I'm saying? Each one teach one is basically what it is that I'm trying to say. When I get on here and I make these videos, I make it my business not to bash, because that's still another human being. That's still another female like me. But when you stand up for what's right and not for what's wrong, you can't stand and see your neighbor be done wrong and not speak upon it. That's where a village comes into play. And nobody likes to play a village. Everybody is so standoffish these days. Like, hey, welcome everyone. Make sure you subscribe. Nah, we supposed to be able to stand together. And a lot of people don't stand together because the situations that we go through these days make us more so standoffish and alone. It's like we all got PTSD. Like when we grew up, we was told to go outside. Let me make an example. Even down to our kids, all right? Our kids these days, what do they like to do? Be on devices, playing the game, devices. They don't like to go out and interact. And the ones that are out interacting, look how they interacting with each other, because nobody knows how to interact anymore. Everybody feels they have to prove something to someone else. Like, it's not cool to be yourself no more. Is not being yourself a thing? I like being myself. I don't seek the approval of other people. I have to be able to tell you who I am. You understand? So you don't have to tell me who I am. Because if I left it up to you to tell me who I am, how could I disagree if I don't know me? A lot of us sit there and we don't come from homes. Everybody, I'm not saying everybody, but a lot of people did not come from the best of homes where they had someone sitting down teaching them and pouring into them. But when you get older, you learn right from wrong somewhere along the line on your own. And if you was not treated the best growing up, why would you still follow out those actions as an adult? You would want to be the complete opposite. You would want to make a difference. Anything that I went through as a child, I would not want my kids to go through that now. I would not. I would not. My whole goal is to avoid, avoid, avoid. So if I have a platform and I'm going to use my platform for something, it's going to be to help other people just like me. I'm going to tell you where I started. I'm going to let you know where I'm at. And I'm going to show you where I'm going. Keyword show you, because actions always speak louder than words. And I want my kids to see me performing. Yeah, there's going to be some battles. Welcome, everyone. Hey, Robin. There's going to be some battles. But in life, those are only called tests. You don't get through life without taking no tests. So, all right, none of us like the testing part. Even when you went to school, we complained about taking tests. But once we actually took the test and we passed the test, we was proud of ourselves. Getting to the next level, you're supposed to be able to be proud of yourself, because it didn't take nobody else to pour into you. You poured into you to make you do what you needed to do to get where you was going to be in a comfortable place for you. Like I was saying, because your girl ADHD. If I have a platform and I know I've had a situation in my past, I'm not going to come on my platform and be negative on some, listen, this is the, no, 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 no. I'm going to come on my platform like, listen, I was a teen mother. And if you are in a situation like me, or if you experienced a situation like me, then maybe I can give you some advice from my point of view, and it can help you on your path for you on what it is that you're trying to do for you. The things that I did to get housing, to find myself a better position than I started in. I'm going to tell people, yeah, about my trauma, but I'm also going to tell them about how I came out on the other side. I'm not a victim, okay? Nor was I ever victimized. I went through situations in life that I had to get over and become the person that I am. It strengthened me in a lot of ways. I finally caught a live. I'm addicted to your commentary. Thank you so much. I even love your voice. My husband is from Brooklyn. Yes, BK all day. That's what it is. That's what it is. But love to everybody from everywhere. But I had to learn people, places, and things. Okay, we have to learn people, places, and things. People, places, and things is triggers. And if you already know that you deal with certain situations, you can't put yourself around situations that are going to cause you to still play upon old parts. Old parts. You trying to better yourself. You trying to come from where you was at. Okay, we not trying to claim you. They try to have everybody. And please, nobody take this in the wrong way. They try to have everybody out here claiming depression, anxiety, and all type of different elements. Okay. And when you claim something, when you say you something, that's what it is that you become. Feel me on this. And if that's not what it is, okay, things happen and it comes over us, and sometimes it is being, out of our control. But to claim it is where you lose the control. It can be there, but you don't have to live your life through it. It can be something that you dealt with, and got through. It doesn't have to be something that you use or stand on as a crutch. I'm not saying use as a crutch, because I would hope nobody would want to use depression as a crutch. It's something that some people have as a crutch. And what I'm saying is, the less people claim certain diagnoses, the less those diagnoses will be able to tap into the happy person that you are choosing or trying to be. Hey, all the people that's new to my channel, I welcome you. And I hope that you come back. I hope that you stay. And I hope that within this time in this live, I actually connect with you in a way where we can further this relationship. And I'm new to this. So hopefully, y'all willing to work with me. I'm not into the live thing normally, as y'all can see, or if you don't know, like you said, you might be new. I normally do videos. You understand? So I decided to come live to get a little closer to my subscribers. You understand? To let y'all know who I am, and I can get to know who y'all are. And hopefully we could build a relationship from there. And I will do this more often, because there is no failure in life. As long as you attempt to do something, you did it. And I'm that type of person. So even though this is not something that I might be comfortable with, it's something that I was willing to do, to say I know it's something that I did. And the more that I do it, I will become a lot more familiar with it, if it makes sense. Right. But in the meantime, in between time, I as a person, and I don't know if anybody feels the same way. I as a person, I'm not perfect. Yeah, that's what I had to say. I'm not perfect. When people try to live perfect, be perfect, or think they perfect, that's where the problem comes in. I am trial and error. I am a person that's going to make mistakes, and I'm not going to beat myself up for it. Do you understand? And this comes with everything and every part in life, people, places, and things. But sometimes the problem with people, they don't know how to not place themselves around certain things or certain people. Sometimes we got to know how to be by ourselves. If you choose to step out and engage, but when you healing and you trying to get to the next level of finding out who you are, and you shedding a lot of dead weight, or you've been through something that's heavy in life, sometimes you just need to take a time out. And that time out, sometimes you can't heal around the same things that made you hurt. You cannot heal around the same things that made you hurt, because basically it's going to be like a relapse of emotions. Yes, thank you. I appreciate that. What you take in, sometimes we could be caring people, right? It don't even got to be something that's going on with us. It could be something that's going on with someone that we care about. And if you care about that person, you're going to take on the feelings of whatever it is that they are going through, which is also a heavy on you. And if you trying to heal, sometimes even though we want to help the ones we love, we can't hinder our healing process. And that's what it is that we do when we don't remove ourselves. Sometimes you have to find that empty space. And I mean empty space, meaning the empty space that you can go, even if it's just for a second in your head, to be able to figure out what you gonna do for you. We do what we do for everybody else. That comes with no question. But when it comes to us finding time to know what we're going to do with and for ourselves, that's where it gets confusing. We put ourselves off all the time for other people. Yep. I'm gonna say it. Yes, we do. And most times we put ourselves off for people that would not give you the same time to even put off. If it was you asking for the same thing from other people, they would not show the same interest as they do when they need you. All right? You ever heard the saying, When I said no, it was like I never said yes. Why do you think that's a saying? Because you can help people until the end of time. That's not a thing. But when do you make the time to actually help yourself in between the factors of helping people? Because when there's no more of you, how you helping anybody? All hope in help is lost. Sometimes you got to realize you can be a gift and a curse in someone's life, even though you don't mean no harm and you only mean help and health to the person. Let me say it that way. But if you always there to help people, sometimes that's just what they will come to you for. And they will drain you of that until there is no more. You can't let people keep emptying your cup. You can't let people, excuse me, I'm sorry, y'all, that's my computer. You can't keep pouring into people cup, pouring into people cup, pouring into people cup. If you pouring into everybody else's cup, at some point your cup is going to become empty. And once your cup is empty, if nobody's pouring into you, who's going to refill it? It sure can't refill itself, but most times that's what we have to do. Refill ourselves. But the thing about it is, you can't cry over spilled milk. You have to learn from life, because life is actually a lesson. God said he will give you the blessing. He didn't say it was going to be easy to get to it. There is still going to be some work involved on your part. You can't ask for things that you might not be ready to receive, even though you might feel you deserve it. Yeah, we all feel we deserve something. I know what I deserve right now. I take about a 10, 20, $30 million. You know, I deserve a big house, and we all know what we deserve. But everybody is not willing to put the work in for what it is. Welcome for those that's coming in. I am just so caught up into what it is that I'm saying. I'm just going. Don't think I'm ignoring. Latte loves everybody. But you can't not be willing to put the work in to get what it is that you saying that you feel you deserve. Don't think you just gonna sit there and be like, God, can you please just give me, you hear the key words? Can you please just give me? No, it don't work like that. And me personally, and preferably, I can't tell you how to talk to the man or who you serve, but that's not the way that you talk to anybody about anything. The most, when I speak to that man, because we got a real good relationship, and I'm not gonna lie, because see, I'm not fake. I just actually gained a great relationship with the man, because when you place yourself by yourself and he's the only person that you have no choice but to talk to, you're going to start paying attention. Best to believe. And that man don't answer none of your questions with words. He answer all of your questions with actions. So when you start talking to him and he starts showing you his actions and he playing his part, you're going to have to start playing your part at some point in time too. Okay, so when I talk to that man, the only thing I ask that man for, I don't ask him for monetary gain, even if I might need it. I ask that man for understanding. And the reason I ask that man for understanding is because as long as I understand, I can get to the next level on my own. I'm working to get to what it is that I need. I'm not asking him to give me anything. I'm asking him to show me something so that way I can have something to go off to work with to get to something else, if that makes sense. I'm not going to sit there and make it seem like, oh, now because I'm in a bad situation, now I need the Lord. Oh, now because no, that's selfish. You got to work from where you at to get to where you going. Hey, y'all. Hey, Angel. Yes, you got to work from where you at to get to where you going. You don't get to skip no steps. And those that skip steps wind up falling short and still end up spinning the block, because it does not matter. Okay. If certain people around you, when you feel like even if you deserve, you ain't going to get it. You ain't going to get it. If you not in a mind state to be prepared to handle what it is that you asking for, you're not gonna get it. And some of us may feel at that time, oh, he's not, God don't talk to God, he don't listen. He listening, but he also know when you being full of crap. And he don't got time for people that's full of crap, because when you ready, you gonna show. You ain't gonna tell. You gonna move by faith and not by sight, because you already know what sight done got you. Look at the things that we watch. Look at the things that we get to see. Look at how homes are being tore apart and people are losing their lives in the street. How many two-family homes are there anymore? How many? You hear the birds chirping, and it's like 7 something. Yeah, it got real quiet. And why is that? Because women are feeling like they have to be the more dominant person in the space. And why is that? Because a lot of us may be left to handle a lot of the load that may be a little bit more heavier than the other side. So at some point in time, it's hard for you to claim respect for something or someone that you feel you also have to be responsible for. Now, this is where it gets tricky. And this is where we all mess up. Because I still mess up. I'm human, right? That's what I am. That's what I was told, right? But sometimes what a person can give you is the last thing that you was even looking for. Sometimes what that person was supposed to bring to you within that moment was the last thing that you thought. Maybe it was knowledge. Maybe it was to show you something that you didn't know how to do in your life, which is still knowledge. Maybe it was to bring you information that you did not know, which is still knowledge. Maybe it was just meant for you and that person to create something that y'all have between each other, which is the child. You understand what I'm saying? And a lot of people, when it comes to the child, they forget that, okay, we adults, but we have to put our emotional situation to the side so we could still deal with this child. Even if we don't choose to do this for a while and only a short time, we still need to be able to show our kids that we can be adults. And even though we may not agree to disagree, we still have to be able-bodied and have understanding. And that's why I asked the man upstairs for understanding, because you're going to come into situations that you're not comfortable with, but you're going to have to understand how and mentally work with your mental space to figure out how you're going to get out of that position that you are in. So we can't waste time playing the blame game or stay. No. We're not doing that. We're not playing the game, the blame. Listen, I'm nobody's victim. I've been through some things, but once you got your wings and you're on the other side, I don't like for people to play the role under other people's coat. Like Brianna, for instance, there's women that been out here in this world going through some real things, some real serious things, and really had to get out of some real bad situations. And that was a blessing to a new life that some people didn't get a chance to leave with. Some people actually lost their lives from those situations. So when you got somebody trying to play off of somebody else's pain, it hurts me, because I've been through things, and all of us might not talk about the things that we've been through. We might not talk about the things that we've been through, because everybody don't have a platform like Brianna does. If you understand what I'm saying, she chose to come on here and tell us her story. So when we find out there's loopholes in that story, and we were actually coming from a caring place, because we people that actually might have been through something that even though we didn't share, we can definitely relate to. We feel like you played on, I feel like a person played on my heart. I've witnessed women that been in real domestic violence situations. And no, you can't sit and say, oh, that woman was stupid. Why would she sit there? Because when you can't ever put yourself in another person's shoes and say what you would not do. So that's not something that I would not do. But what I would not do is put somebody else's life at risk by telling a lie. I couldn't do that. That part I couldn't do. And that's the part that I come here and I make shareable to everybody else, because a person that healed, okay, can understand someone that's hurting because they've been there before. So when you feel that a person is, she trying to trauma bond with people, and trauma bonding with people is not good, because once you get past the trauma, what connection do you and the person have? And why would you want to connect with someone off of trauma? Why would you want to connect with someone's trauma? If anything, you would want to be someone that's going to help heal someone's trauma. And that's why she had so many people behind her. Because when you got people that can understand what you're going through because they know where they came from, it's like, oh my God, I feel so bad. But then when you start to realize that people playing parts that they not saying, that you don't respect it. I can't respect someone that play the guilt trip. Don't try to guilt trip people into understanding you. Don't try to guilt trip people into supporting you. If people are going to support you, they're going to support you because of you. You didn't have to do anything other than be yourself. They're there just like y'all here to talk to me or to see what it is that I had to say. And a lot of y'all don't even know who I am. And this may be y'all first time even on my live. And even though I may be a little bit all over the place, I'm just speaking from a place that's within that I feel that I felt I needed to come on here and speak about. Because if we get in close, we ain't got to talk about jibber jabber when we could actually talk about things that's real. And we all deal with things that's real. And I don't like people to play upon people that actually dealt or dealing with things that's real for their own benefit. Because we're not going to act like people don't get paid for these streams on Facebook and stuff that they do. So the more people you got standing behind you, the more views you get, which means the bigger your check get. So when you start playing on people's feelings and just turning human beings into dollar signs, I don't like that. Because then that means you're not gaining the support genuinely. If I'm going to want somebody to support me, I want them to know what it is that they supporting. I don't want them to go 10, 11 months down the line and find out that they've been supporting some bullshit the whole time. I want them to know that what they supporting is real. How you going to be loyal to something that you don't know what it is? I can't expect for you to be loyal to me if I'm feeling and showing you and giving you nothing but bullshit to go off of. That if I'm not giving you the real me, that's not genuine. That, and people love things that's genuine. If I can relate to you, then I can fuck with you. Excuse my French. Dead serious. But energy is a big thing for me too. I'm a person that's real big on energy. Welcome. I'm sorry, y'all. I am reading the comments, y'all, but I am into the conversation because I really want this message to get through. Energy is everything. Because God set us all up with a personal alarm system. And anytime you encounter or come into a situation that's not right for you, or that's good, or don't make you feel good, or that makes you feel great, we got this thing in our stomach that's called butterflies. That's like your sensories that be going off, okay? And anytime you placed in a situation and you ignore your alarm system, that means you have to be prepared for the next step. And if you get to that next step, you have to remember that you had the alarm going off and you bypassed it. You ignored it. So now you're there because of you, not anyone else. So when people say that, oh, I didn't do this because of this person, or I feel this way because of this person, I can't ride off of those type of energies, because those are the type of people that'll do you wrong and will never apologize. I'm not perfect. I do stuff wrong possibly to somebody every day. But when I actually get a whiff of it, I apologize. No, but seriously, grown people are going to do grown people things. And even though some of the things that some grown people do may not be understood, if you are within the energies of a person that you can connect with, you're going to understand. You're not going to force yourself to have to. I don't like to force things with people. Anything that's going to be with somebody is going to come natural. It's not going to have to be forced. And once somebody shows you themselves and you still choose to deal with them, that is a force. That is a force. Because I'm not saying that we don't get certain things from certain people. Yes, we do. But if you have an alarm system, you also getting something from you as well. And I want us to be able to notice what it is that we getting from us before we look to get something from somebody else. How you gonna be mad at somebody else for what they not giving you if you're not giving the same thing to yourself? Hey, Kimberly, how you doing? How you gonna be mad at somebody for not giving you something that you're not giving yourself? If you're not giving yourself respect, and you're not giving yourself care, and you're not giving yourself love, and you're not giving yourself understanding, how could you be mad at somebody else for not giving you those same things? You can't tell somebody what you want if you don't know what you want. You can say what you think you want, but when you stand firm in knowing what it is that you want, you're going to take on people that's going to align with who it is that you're or who you is. You're not going to, because we're not in the business of dumbing ourselves down. And anytime you force or fit yourself in situations that you don't fit in, you're dumbing yourself down. Okay? And the whole thing is supposed to be about bringing yourself up. That's what we trying to do. Bring ourselves up, not dumb ourselves down. So once you confine yourself into any situations that are beneath you, you are dumbing yourself down. We don't choose to do that. You don't have to be the person that has all the money, because those people don't seem to be too happy to me. And how could somebody say what your comfortability in life is? I'm not competing with nobody. I'm not matching my numbers with nobody. My growth is my growth. And when I look at my numbers, and it ain't even got nothing to do with them views, I'm talking about in life. Okay? Because life is a real thing. Okay, the things that these people do for views is for a dollar sign. We out here really trying to live, and a dollar sign don't really determine that, because even with the people that got all the money that they say they claim they have, they still can't buy all the happiness in the world. So I'd rather be happy and then have the money to go along with my happiness, rather than me having money and still not happy and faking the happiness. I'm comfortable and I'm building. Okay. We supposed to be building, remember? So anything that I'm doing this year that I wasn't doing last year is another step. I've taken another step. So I'm still in the process of building. And when you watch something be built, at the end of the day, you see the finished product at the end, which becomes the end result. You can drive by a house for a month and see these people building this house and working on this house. You seen them lay the bricks, you seen them put the pipes, you seen them put the walls, and so on and etc. One day you gonna drive by and be like, oh wow, they finished this house. And you're going to actually be amazed because you've seen that house building and growing and becoming to be what it actually is, that you can actually see in front of you now, which is a house. Us as humans, we are building our own house. Our bodies, our shell, you have to take care of your house. This ain't like, I'm not even talking, this is the house we live in. But you see how your organs is housed inside of your body? Right. This is your house, your keepsake. You have to also take care of your keepsake. And you can't take care of your keepsake if you focused on what everybody else got going on, what everybody else got, or what everybody else is doing. You have to do you more than you do anything else. Okay. That's the most important part. I'm happy everyone that actually was able to catch my live tonight, because I actually announced it just earlier because it was something that just came to mind. Like, hey, why don't you just do your Mental Monday tonight? And I'm happy that I did. I'm really happy that I did. I'm happy that I was able to come through and chit chat with y'all, because I like to see where my peoples is at. You understand? Like I told y'all, I'm about to start getting into the story about Blueface and Krishan, because I'm gonna follow that little storyline. Because yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, Blueface, I don't know if nobody noticed it. I don't know if nobody. He's a junkie, okay. And I'm happy with the sober Krishan. And I'm just being honest. If Krishan would have kept the first baby and not got rid of it, then she probably would have been seeing Blueface for what he is a long time ago, because now you see that he's around the other baby mother. You see how she looking all over line, right? So you know your girl Tay gonna come and talk about it, right? And I ain't gonna cut no slack, because I'm gonna let y'all know where it's at, because that is crazy. But when the person ain't got no respect for their mama, how you think they gonna have respect for their baby mama? But what the baby mama don't realize, you got a daughter by this man. So when you willing and you condoning these type of actions and these type of behaviors, she's a female. Just make sure that you remember she's going to get older. And the same thing for your son. Okay, he's looking at his dad. He's what now, when 10, 15 years go by and he starts to replicate what he see his father showing you no respect, how you gonna handle that? Because ain't no man gonna stand around me and laugh in my face with my child talking about he ain't never spent 24 hours with my kid. And I sit there in the background and what's funny about that? What's funny about that? That's no love right there. And I'm not even talking about I'm talking about for self. There's no one in those situations that's loving themselves. Do you see now that Krishan is sober and loving herself? Do you see the difference in her? Do you see the purity in her? I mean, her personality is going to be spunky because that's who she is as a person. So you can't expect her to not be herself. That would be fake. But far as her seeing or looking like she has a clearer view of things, yes. And I'm happy for that. So I hope y'all be ready for me to drop these videos talking about them and day, because we're going to have to see how this ends. That's for real, for real. And I want my subscribers, okay, I don't know what anybody else tell their subscribers or the people that choose to view them. I want us to really get into the habits of taking care of ourselves. 24 hours ain't promised to nobody. So if you giving 24, appreciate that 24. Cherish that 24. Don't think about what you ain't got in that 24, because the 24 was the most important thing to be able to get. Anything else is an extra. And don't let the extra outweigh the blessing, which was the 24 hours, okay? Because we all know somebody that lost somebody, or somebody that's. So if you able to be here another day, it can always change the outcome of yesterday. You don't know what tomorrow could be. But if you get to be here to see it, We got to be happy. We got to be happy. We got things going on. We can't fake our emotions. All right, I'm not expecting nobody to fake their emotions. That's not what I'm saying. Love to everybody in the chizat. Yes. I'm not saying to fake your emotions, okay? But you ever heard the saying, even if you mad because something happened and you got to deal with something that happens, why not just deal with it without being mad? Because the mad is just going to beat you up. The emotional part is going to beat you up. Getting to the other side is going to help you. So if you focus on getting to the other side, it'll put less weight on the emotional side of, you know, trust me. I talk to myself all day, every day. I watch affirmations. I reassure myself because it's not easy. And sometimes our brains be cluttered and busy. And it ain't got nothing to do with what nobody else is telling you, is what you mentally telling yourself. And we can be our own worst enemies sometimes, because the things that we say to ourselves, sometimes when we hear other people say them, it just seems like it's reassuring us of what we felt already. And you got to just wash those things that you feel about yourself away. If you get a negative thought, zap it out. Okay, I'm human, I make mistakes. If that's what's going on with me right now, I'll fix it and walk away from the thought. The other day was a hard day for me. You see how I'm being honest? The other day, it was real hard for me. Okay. And I'm going to tell you why. Every day is not going to be a good day, especially when you're not fake. Right. So I had to drop a tear. And I'm going to just be honest. After I cried, I actually felt 10 to 20 times better. Maybe I just needed to release. And sometimes that's what it is that we have to do, and we just don't know how to do it. We don't know what form of release we need. And that right there can be a bother, because then you start finding yourself in situations you ain't supposed to be in, looking for relief. And I think the thing with me was that I've been doing this YouTube, and I'm gonna be honest with you, okay? Because, like I say, this honesty take hour, okay? I've been doing this YouTube for about a year now, all right? And these videos, I've just started doing these type of videos. If you get a chance, you can actually look on my channel if you're trying to get more in depth with who Tay is. I got a lot of videos on my page with me, my kids, and more of who I am on the personal side outside of the entertainment side, right? But when you see something come to light that you work so hard for, you understand what I'm saying? It's like you believe it, but you don't believe it. It's almost a shock or a surprise. And being that I'm not a big headed type person, it still be a lot most times for me to take all in, because it's not like I come and I rehearse or I practice. Sometimes I write things down that I want to remember to speak about, but it's not like I write lines down and I have a script. No. So anything that I come here and say is definitely coming from the inside of Tay. It's my personal opinion. So for me to see that people are connecting with me through something that comes from me, even though I'm sharing things of others, it makes me feel good, because I'm like, wow, the day that I didn't see then, I see now. Remember, I told you about those building steps? I knew I wasn't going to just jump to the place where I am now, but I'm not gonna be big headed and say that, oh, I knew I was gonna be here. No, it was trial and ever. It was trial and error, baby. I'm happy that I'm here. I'm still in disbelief, just like when I bumped into the young lady. Well, she, once again, I'm gonna say it. She bumped into me, and I was more starstruck about myself than she was about me. Hey, Nikita. Hey, Cassandra. Hey, Lady Love. Welcome, 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 y'all. I was more excited or stuck. I was in shock. I'm going to be honest. So when she's like, do you do YouTube? Yeah, I know in that moment, out my answer was yes. But even though everything was happening so fast, it seemed to be moving so slow in my brain, y'all. I'm serious. So when she's like, I watch you every day, I'm agreeing with her, like, yes. Yes, because y'all know one thing for sure and two things for certain. This personality cannot be faked. This is really how I am. This is really me. What I feel, how I feel is going to show. So my energy is always what it is. So she's like, I've been watching you for so long. This long story short, by the time she walked away, is by the time I realized what happened. And I was so in this, like, oh my God, somebody recognized me, like somebody, I couldn't believe it. Like, I really couldn't believe it. Now, mind you, I stood and looked at myself in the mirror, the reason why I'm telling y'all this story. And I just cried. I'm from Brooklyn. I'm definitely from Brooklyn, New York. But I just cried because I'm like, oh my God. I sit here and I do these videos, but sometimes I actually forget that people from all over the world are able to see me. And no, I'm not small minded. No, 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 no. I'm just not big headed and very appreciative, if you understand. I am happy for where I'm at, but I know where I came from. So I feel it when I look and I see people interacting with me and actually watching what I came to show. It makes my heart melt. So, yes, I be grateful for every little thing, every like, every share, every subscriber, even the ones that's new here with me today that decided to stop by and say hello. Okay? We watch enough bullshit people on the everyday basis. We got Brianna and her people, so we still need to see what real people and pure people look like. I don't want to act like because now I got a group of people that know I'm still who I am. I can't act funny on the people that made me who I am today, because if it wasn't for y'all, who would I be on here? I'm not in real life. I was still, but if y'all did not watch my videos or if y'all did not choose to watch me, who would I be? So when you got somebody like her that's acting like, where's the appreciation for the people, sis? Where's the love for the people? Because if it wasn't for the people and it wasn't for your husband, your diamonds would be silver. We seen those Best Buy teeth before you got with Robert, okay? Now you got your little veneers, you got your little booty, now you got your little breasts, you got your little, and you feel like you above and beyond. But instead of just being grateful for the blessing, you looking down on people like you forgot at one point in time you was trying to get up. So instead of you telling the people how to get up, you don't know how to do that, because where you got up from came from a negative place. So it's no blueprint unless you saying be petty, be conniving, be a liar. Because other than that, you have something other to talk about than Robert. Because we not gonna act like, just like you say, us putting your name and our titles is what get us views. Yes, they do. And if I came here to do a job, I'm going to do my job to the best of my ability. And if my job consists of you for that day, then I'm gonna do your ass in. Period, point blank. But when you go on live, you got to make sure your live be jumping too, or whatever it is you doing is jumping just like we do too. So if you're not mentioning Robert in your live and you're not talking about your ex-husband or y'all past situation in your live, you're not very interesting. Nobody cares. And that be the problem, because just like we might not see your views from the professional dashboard point of view, but we definitely can see your views from Front Street, and that just being Brianna got me mad. Because see, I was a real supporter back in those days when I didn't know a person was a liar. And I liked the boutique and the halls, and this person I can't relate to. Okay. I thought that person was about her business, but that's because she was with somebody that was about their business. And the people you place yourself around is who you become. And now that she has placed herself around the bullshit, you see the bullshit is showing. And we seeing it live and direct. And I don't care how much a person say about it. I'm going to come here and drop a video as many times as I feel the need to let it be known that this girl is a liar. Like, free Robert. Free Robert, for real. I'm not going to want to walk around with the attachment of somebody's last name that I done ran around for the last 10 months. 10 months. Sorry, y'all. 10 months and talked about how they broke my finger. Well, new info, y'all. I just seen, just being Brianna this week. She said she got choked. He choked her, right? Choked, dragged, and manipulated, because that being attached to me is still my hurt being attached to me. Anything that has to do with that person, I will want nothing to do with. And we ain't gonna bring up Tina Turner because she ain't want no money. She ain't want none of that, this, that, and the third. That was her road name. That's why she wanted that. That was it. But other than the fact is of that, a person is living off of the royalties of someone else. And I don't know what happened. Oh no, I don't know what happened. Oh no. Oh.
Game, bottom of the ninth. At bat, Ricky hit. Bottom of the ninth. At bat, Ricky hit.
I don't know what is going on and why is it doing it. Okay, there I go, y'all. I think my signal had went out for a second. Okay, but I'm back. But I'm not going to be able to sit around and watch somebody talk about they ex-man all day. Okay, and then they not going to be able to show me habits of which they showed in this last situation. Because see, it's different when you don't get to see the other party. Like, say if you meet somebody, right? Say if you meet somebody and they just telling you the story about their ex, right? Then you basically have to go off of what that person is telling you until either you meet that person or you see something that shows you that this person was lying. You know the other person that this person is dealing with. This man is all over. If you don't or have not seen the truth online, you're a liar. Okay, he's been doing the online thing before Brianna. Okay, he brung her on as an extra act. You know how like they have Summer Jam and they have the main show, and then they have the acts, the opening acts that come on before the main show, right? That Brianna was one of the opening acts that came on before the truth came out on the stage. Let's just say that he brung her to his show to give her a chance. When he was on the internet, nobody knew who she was until she came on the internet with him. So how are you saying that you're bigger than him when the only thing you can still talk about is him? And that's because anything that has to do with you is because of him. So a person don't even know how to be themselves no more without him. Who is she? He built her. You know, like how they go to you could go and you could build a bear. You know how you could go and you could build a bear? He built the brie. He built him a brie. Okay, and now that the builder of Bree is no longer in the situation, Bree is just all over the place, and she out here trying to defame and disrespect the same person that gave her the blessings that she's able to have right now for her and the kids that's not his, because Amora is the last child that's between him and her. She had 3 when he got on that ship. When he attached himself to that situation, he already knew what she came with. All right. She got 3 kids. I know she got out of her situation with her baby father. You know, it might be a little situation, but I'm willing to take all of this in. As a man, he played his part and he stood on and did everything that he said he was going to do for that woman. So when a woman comes on and say that this man did something, but don't have proof to show of it, how you got proof of everything else? You recorded this man for 6 years, but you ain't got no pictures of near knot, near scrape, near bump, or bruise. We all grown. We get into arguments with our mate, and them arguments be heated. We all done said some shit that make us abused. That make us abused. Now, I done said some things I can't take back. Okay, I'm pretty sure you done said some things that you wish you've never said. But at the end of the day, you got to be able to follow up and show people what it is that you're putting out here for them to believe. Because everything that he put out here for you in the world to believe about you, he showed up with that. Meaning that when he told you he was going to change your life, he changed your life. When he told you he was going to remove you from the situation that you was in and put you in a better one, he did that. When he told you he was going to be there for you and those 3 kids, he did that. You don't deserve him the respect of going your way without trying to destroy the person that you did not build. You ain't build that man. You did not. But you're supposed to appreciate and have gratitude about what you was able to gain from that man while you was with him. But the bashing shows the immaturity. Yes, 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 yes. That's why he did make her and build debris. Build debris. That's why I said build debris. He built a Bree. He built her into the person that she is today. And being that she is his or was his product or product of him, now little LaTruth don't know what to do. She don't know what to do with herself. Now, the fact is of Amora, I just feel sorry for her in the situation because she got to sit around and listen to him be bashed by people that he took care of while she missed out on what a great person he is. Make it make sense. Oh, he was good enough to be a daddy to your 3 kids that was not his, because this same story that she's telling about Robert, she's played wolf before. Remember the baby daddy pulled the gun out and had to see he sicked the pit bull on her. And right, so she has a history. This is what you call a history, a repeat offender. So if you've been in a situation where you're coming from abuse and a man starts to abuse you saying, right? Where's the proof? Where's the proof for 6 years? Because before I talk about something, I do my research. And I'm pretty sure, hey, Harmony, I see you on here now. I'm sorry, y'all. The names is going fast, and I am into the word. You see your girl out here preaching and speaking. But I went back because before I put something out, I don't want nobody to ever be like, that's false information. So I only put out what people say themselves and then give my opinion off of it. And I really went back, way back into time. And I watched the lives. I watched his lives and I watched her lives. Now, as a man, when he was going through things, I'm not going to say that he didn't say things that you know that he was possibly referencing to her, but I did not see that man disrespecting her, defaming her, or trying to disrespect her in no type of way all over the internet. The only thing you see that man trying to do is clear his name. You were still sneaking around with this man in January behind the cameras before Janelle came into the situation. You were still on the phone crying with this man, talking about you miss him. And then when Janelle comes into the situation, you get you a new pool stick to play with. Now it's on some, oh, I don't miss you. You got a shrimp. But if y'all go on my channel, I put the video out where she was like, yeah, I just hopped on that 2 times. Yeah, it's good. Make up your mind. You see how fast you lie? Is it good or is it a shrimp? But me personally, like, why you mad over a shrimp? Why would you care what a person was doing with the yoga instructing all of this and the extra and the third if all you wanted to do was be done? Those things should have been the least of your worry. Any other woman that was going to come and take him off your hands where he wouldn't have no longer been your problem, I thought that would be a good thing. Or I would think that would be a good thing. Why would you be jealous if you're out of something that was no good? And you doing your own thing, you happy. If you happy, if your people actually care about you healing, why they bringing you what he doing in the first place? That goes to show you that the same people that's around you, because like those girls that was on that couch, that whole situation had me messed up, okay? Because I don't know who paid or picked them girls for them to sit on the couch for that day, but you shouldn't have never put yourself in that situation, okay? Because the only thing they made you do was look uncomfortable and more like a liar. And I'm going to tell you why. How you let somebody talk you out your husband? I could talk shit about my husband all day. That's my job. That's what I would do. And if you close to me, then it's not even considered talking shit. You know I'm venting because I'm upset. But if we have that type of relationship, then whatever happens there is supposed to stay there. Any one of them Danny Kane Pussycat dolls that was on that couch, guarantee if Robin was willing to build them as a bear, they would be the first ones online. Okay? I guarantee you. The same female that told you that you don't need it, you could do better. You doing better? This is what you consist of, doing better. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think this is doing better. Doing better, I think, would have been able to use your platform to talk about going through things that other women is going through. When it came time for you to prove a point that you do things that other women do, like cook, we seen how that situation went with the butter knife. All right? You were scraping the hell out them eggs with that butter knife. You put about 42 slices of cheese in them eggs. At some point in time, that was nothing but metal and cheese on that plate that we never got to see. Okay? And if I stood at that stove for 15 minutes on live, when I finished cooking that plate, everybody that's on that live gonna see the plate that I completed. And then gonna say, oh yeah, this is a look at all the yard space. If you don't go to the B&B hell, because why are you playing with us? People play too much. And when people think that they can mind, that's what they be trying to do. Because she think people ain't got the great common sense that they was born with. So no, we not damn the fact that she records herself on live and gives us the information herself, right? Damn that don't mean nothing. But damn the fact that you can go back and remember or find out when the person said this and compare it to when a person said this to say the math ain't mathing. Now, what if when the truth went to court, right? What if when Robert went to court, he was like, all right, you filing for child support. I want the money back for my teeth. I want the money back for my boobs. I want the money back for my butt. And what I built that brand. That's a business. If you saying you a business, give me my portion of my money from the business that I built. That would be you. That would be you, Brianna. Give LaTruth his money for building. Okay. Now you trying to break. You trying to break. That's selfish. That's selfish. If you're going to say that a person and you trying to just go on and be happy, let's see if you would have been happy leaving with the same things that you came into that relationship with. All right? Let's see that. I guarantee not. I bet you wouldn't have. But it's kind of funny that everything that you do have is through the extension that the relationship that you was in. You was not a boss when you came. You became a boss once you got there. Who put you in position? Oh, my bad, Best Buy. You had 3 degrees. Your 3 degrees at Best Buy put you in a position. And if anybody on this live know any of the people that be on her lives that done bought some of those products, y'all heard in the episode, they just now getting them tested. Okay? So if anybody bought some and it was before, we know that. So if your nose start going crooked and you're gonna have a lot more problems than what she got now. And she talking about everybody defamating character and she gonna sue. So that mean Robert could sue you too, right? So that mean that we just doing what you doing. So if you defamating character and you ain't getting, that mean you gonna get sued for it too? Huh? Because you sure defamating his character for real. You trying to make sure he ain't got no more business, no more brands, or nobody else is willing to work with him. And when these people find out that this situation has been exaggerated and exploited, I mean like the news stations and stuff like that, because they stood behind you off of the factors of what? You went on a show as who? Even though you already was, you still showing up to all these shows as Brianna Hampton. That's not you. Now are you not only telling fake, you're showing up and you definitely, because that's a fake person. That person, Brianna Hampton, no longer exists. That person is somebody that was in the past. You are Miss Brianna Battle. And obviously it's been a battle to deal with you, sis. So you're going to have to keep your battling ass with your battling last name and fight your battles over there and stop creating lies and trouble for a person that's over here and just trying to move on. Because for me, as I see it, if Unbothered was a person, that would be, say it with me, y'all, Robert. Right. If Unbothered was a person, I would say his name is Robert. Yeah, Brianna, stop playing with us because we really not with it. And I don't like the fact that you come up and you think that because you yell and now you going to come on this week and try to, all right, it was bad enough that you was going for the DV victims, but now you going to throw the S word out there, sewer. You know I don't want YouTube to, so I ain't going to even finish it, but that's a real serious situation to play with. That's a real situation to play with. I don't know who you talked to that thought that that would have been a good idea, but I thought you said that you have a manager, someone that manages you and tell you what to do. And you see the feedback that you getting from that. Stop listening to them senior citizen old ladies that's on your channel that's not doing no better for you because they're not pouring into you on what a young lady is supposed to do. They're acting just as young as you. So when you actually about your business, if you the person that created the business, it wouldn't be this. You sure wouldn't be nothing a part of the brief. Beyonce gonna sue the hell out your ass. The Beehive And y'all really got the bees? You got her song in the beginning of your, and you think because you slow it down, so you telling people about being or wanting to be somebody else, but you sitting here and thinking that you somebody else. At what point in time did you become Beyonce, sis? I don't know if you don't let Mr. Wu-Tang know that's over. So he's not even Mr. Wu-Tang no more. He's just Clown Boy. We're gonna call him the new homie, right? He done gassed you up and got you thinking that you, so who he's supposed to be, Jay-Z? So wait a minute, now we done got this figured out. You supposed to be B and he's supposed to be J. Oh no, I'm about to fall out this damn chair. The math is definitely not mathing. Mm-mm. 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 No. We ain't gonna do that. Cause I don't know if you need to put two pair of those because your glasses is just as thick as mine. You got bottle tops, bottoms. You can see just like me. What the hell wrong with you, girl? This man done convinced her that she Beyonce. And she really talking about people out here. The new thing is you got to be broke to spot a lie. The only way you could spot a lie is if you broke. Because she say people that don't got certain things, that's the only people that get on her live and tell her that she's lying. The ones that don't got as much as she got. So that mean that you got to be broke to be able to, or you got to be money. You got to have money. That confused me. She confuses me a lot. Like when I be editing my videos, I hope y'all wouldn't know what it takes. But listen, I really have to sit there and try not to fast forward through everything that she say because it's bullshit. So sometimes after a while, my ears. But I really have to go through and listen and skip. Hopefully this be a learning experience for Brianna because at the end of the day, she is raising two female children, and it's sad that she also added his female daughter, teenage daughter, to this scenario with a man that she just don't know like that, just getting to meet and just trying to make her ex-husband jealous, if that's what's the case, because you done met this man, sexed this man, and in a full-fledged relationship with this man, all within the low price of under 6 months. And then he's saying things that's real shaky dogs to me. Like, why would he be in Lauren's room at 3 o'clock in the morning? You on live talking about some, oh, well, yeah, he was playing a prank on y'all, but he didn't wet nobody but her. And even though you kept trying to force the fact on her that he was going, or he did it to everybody, she kept making it clear as day. No, he did not. And how would you physically know if you were asleep? And if you sleep, why is he in there anyway? And why would you play a prank at 3 in the morning? That's kind of inappropriate as a man, don't you think? So you leave the daughter room at 3, and then the mother goes live around 8 talking about how she got her back broke at 4. Things that make you go, Things that make you go, You so busy giggling because everything's so funny, you ain't busy paying attention. And the things you supposed to be paying attention to, Miss Bree, you really not. And it's really sad because how we watching that and we heard your child say it. And she's sitting there talking to you and you paid it no attention. You laughed it off like it was nothing. Because had that been me, soon as that man came in the house, he would have had to answer to me, okay, so why, if you was playing, why wouldn't you wake me up? Why wouldn't that be something we do together? Or if you was going to be pranking her, why wouldn't that be something that's done doing during normal business hours? Not no 3 o'clock in the morning. Definitely not no 3 o'clock in the morning. Lord have mercy. So now you're going to be with this man. Yes, that's creepy. Very creepy. Over creepy. Deep and creepy. But a couple of months gonna go by. You see, they went to Jamaica. I guess that was supposed to be their little vacation. Just so happened to be the same place that, they went to renew their vows. The same place that she went with Robert. Everything that she's doing with him, she did with Robert, right? Like the tattoos and everything else. But, you see, she already broke his phone. That's the point I'm getting to. We're going to see how this pan out. Because is he going to become another one of her abusers that she was sitting there and recording him for a couple of years and then she decided to come out on? What's she going to come out next time on Easter? This time it was the Domestic Violence Awareness Month. What's she going to come out next time on Easter? Hey, Andrea Carson. She just be saying that to get to Robert because we all tell him she wasn't gonna go anywhere, not leaving that good D. Yes, see, you heard it too, girl, right? See, you be paying attention. Yes, that's exactly what she said as she proceeded to walk to her car and close her door. I was listening. I heard it too. But then when you sit there, you saying a person has a shrimp, you think that's how you know a person is a little girl. Because see, the immaturity in her tells her that if she says that it's a shrimp, nobody's going to want it. But if that was the case, why would you be worried with him being out and working with other women? You would know that once he can't fulfill the job. So why would you be the contradiction be so real? You be lying. You try to throw that out there to distract, but it's not real because a grown woman is gonna be on some she lying. She just trying to say that to think that women ain't gonna care. But once you say that, most women is gonna actually want to find out. They gonna want to see. Well, one minute she said it was big, the next minute she said it was. Let me see. Like the Danny the Kane Pussycat dolls you had on the couch. I bet you if Robert gave any one of those females the chance, they would want him to pull down his pants and say F you. They wouldn't care about you, girl, and would be laughing at you. Talk about, yeah, I'm the one who told her to get rid of you so I can have you for myself. They knew what they was doing. People will scheme and plot. And these is all the same people that Robert would protect her from and tell her about. And now she's sitting on the couch in hell. Okay? Because I don't know who she paying to do these episodes, but they getting shorter and shorter. Okay? And more boring and boring. When we gonna get to see something? When we gonna get to see something? If you say, when does the boss start bossing? We ain't seen no company. We ain't seen no boutique. We ain't seen no business. Every episode we hearing about the same script where you're supposed to be a prostitute living in your car behind a comedian, 2 cars behind a comedian. Like I said, that sounds like you and Jonelle's relationship, but that's the part that you're going for. But these episodes was already recorded. So if your divorce just got finalized, that means that these episodes was made and created while you was with who? Once again, Robert, let's say it, okay? He was actually pouring into you to give you something of your own. And you got a little bit of something of your own. And remember I was saying that thing about how, God will test you and give you a little bit of something. And actually, when everybody not ready for the things that they asked for, he presented you with the blessing. And look what you did with it. Look what you did with it. You're going to miss that man. You definitely going to miss that man. Because if you could have had every other man doing what that man did, then it would have been done already. Them teeth wouldn't have been stair steps. Okay? Because now you got a new renter kit. You would have had the same Best Buy body with them same 3 degrees. Because them 3 degrees, if them shits don't say Robert Hampton, they don't mean shit to me. Because not one of those degrees got you where you was at. That man did. Yes, Robert did. So those degrees, 1, 2, and 3s, should belong to him as achievements for what he did for you and your crew. Okay? He didn't only just take you in, he took you in for the dad. He took the daddy in. Oh, let's get into the daddy. Okay? The same person you called on the phone to be witness, right? Oh, Lord, let's talk about the daddy. The daddy was there when the police came, right? R.I.P. to my daddy, right? But I know ain't no way, all right? My daddy gonna be standing near that car when the police come up after the fact is of me telling my daddy that this man done broke my finger, choked, dragged, and beat me or did anything to me that was not the way that I was put here on this earth. You think my daddy gonna sit there that calm? Because I put the conversation out where the daddy is sitting there conversating with Robert before the police actually walk up to the door, and he's telling Robert, I know, man. I know, man. Because the daddy thinking like, oh, goddamn, she done fucked it up for everybody. She done messed it up for everybody. She just thinking about herself. All of that for a cell phone. All of that for a jealous outbreak. You was willing to ruin your life in the life of others. You, your kids, your daddy, and whoever else had got on the train of Robertville in the process. Okay? All right? Because he wasn't just helping you. He was helping a couple of people that was attached to you as well. Ain't no way. So I know for sure that fact ain't true. Because your daddy wouldn't have been standing there like that. Ain't no way. Yes. Exactly. I'm saying the same thing. Ain't no way. I know my daddy not gonna stand near that car after a man done beat on me. And yeah, we seen the man screaming up the stairs and stuff like that. But we don't know what angle of which Brianna was recording and what segment of that was from. Okay? When a person records, they record what they want you to see. Unless it's a live video like we hear right now, and it just so happened to catch something that's out of my control. When I record my video, I'm recording what I want you to see. And that's what happened. Because when you see this person video and you see this person video, two different perspectives in the same house. Two different perspectives in the same house. Well, I'm about to go and do things that some people don't do. Build debris. I got to go get my kids things ready for school tomorrow. So if you have not subscribed, please make sure that you do. Hit the like button before you go if you have not did that yet. Like I said, I'm going to be coming every Monday to do this live. I'm going to attempt. And if I do, I'm going to make sure I put the notification out so that way it can be sent out so people will know that I'm going live. It's definitely been a pleasure to be here and conversate and interact with each and every one of you. If you haven't yet, make sure you also check out my other page, T with Tay. My bad. That's my new page I just created. You can also go over there and check that out. Or you could become a member so that way you could get the little perks and then you'll always know what's going on with Latte. And remember I said, check out my channel for all my other videos because there's some good stuff there. I got challenges, I got hauls, I got places that you could go check out. It's a lot. So this has been your girl. And I love all of you. Okay. Stay loyal. And your girl is out. Okay. All right. Stay real.